For a circuit to work, there has to be a complete conducting loop from one side of the battery, through the wires, through any components in the circuit, through the wires again, and back to the other side of the battery. For most circuits at school, the conducting path is just the metal in the wires, connectors, and bulbs. This is a circuit that hasn't been connected yet, and next to it is a diagram that helps us imagine what's going on inside the wires. For the moment, we'll just say the black dots are sort of simplified electrons, which we'll just call charges, and we'll ignore the red glow, which we'll see later is to do with energy. Notice that the charges are already there everywhere in the circuit. They jiggle, but they don't go anywhere. As we connect the circuit slowly, we can see that the charges don't move round the circuit until it's fully connected. They can't escape from the wires, and so there's nowhere for them to go until there's a complete loop. Once there is a complete loop, they just go round and round. The power source that makes them go round and round for the current to flow is the battery. Batteries work because of chemical reactions. We can imagine that the chemical reactions tend to push electrons towards one end of the battery and away from the other. If the battery isn't connected to anything, then the chemical reactions stop, and so the battery doesn't run down. This is a bit like the battery having a sort of electrical spring, ready to push electrons out of one end and pull them in at the other. When the circuit's connected, we can imagine the spring pushing and pulling electrons all around the circuit. We can imagine that the electrons have springs between them that stop them getting too far apart or too close together.